Welcome back to another episode on Aaliyah, hosted by me, Queen Bee, where I'm going to elaborate a little bit more on beauty beyond appearance, defining a woman's true essence. In a world where appearance is often mistaken for identity, one of the most liberating things a woman can do is cultivate a life rich in personal values and passions. Now, these are the inner treasures that shape how we live, how we love, how we lead, and how we'll leave a legacy. They are what give us meaning beyond the mirror. Personal values are the guiding principles that shape your behavior. So you have to understand your personal values. As I said, they are guiding principles that shape your behavior, your decisions, and your interactions. They're the compass point for a purpose-driven life. Some examples are integrity, choosing honesty even when it's hard. An example of that would be when you're at the grocery store or at the bank, and the clerk or the teller gives you back too much money. Do you return it or do you keep it? Well, integrity means you will return it. Even if you needed that money very badly, you return it. Compassion is another, showing kindness, especially when it's inconvenient. Like, for instance, you're in a hurry and you're trying to get out a door, and there's this older person, an elderly person, probably on a walker, and you can't really go around them without making them feel some kind of way. So you just go ahead and walk behind them, maybe even say hello to them, hold the door open. That's compassion, and that's showing kindness. And trust me, it'll be much appreciated. You really don't know how you could affect a person's life with a small gesture of kindness. Courage is another integrity point. It's acting boldly in the face of fear or discomfort. Well, we don't want you to have this courage where you're going to go out and stop somebody from robbing or looting or anything like that. But just, acting boldly in the face of fear or discomfort. Maybe trying a little something different. I'm not saying going overboard, or maybe doing something that you're not really comfortable with doing. Growth. You want to strive to become better, wiser, and stronger. And you could just make it a point to do something different each day that's going to make you a better person. If it's no more than starting to incorporate exercise into your daily routine, because that's going to give you a longer life, make you stronger, and make you more susceptible to new things. Faith. You got to have faith, that spiritual or inner trust that grounds and empowers you. And that could just be having belief and faith in a higher being. I'm not saying you got to go to church every Sunday or be a Bible thumper or anything like that, but you have to adhere to a higher being, because we didn't get here by ourselves. Quiet reflection, journaling, those are other things that can empower and keep you grounded. True beauty often begins with alignment, what you deeply believe. So it's not so much about people seeing what you do, it's people seeing what you don't do. Especially if you're trying to put on this image that you're one way when actually you're not. So your life does reflect what you believe deeply or deeply believe. Now, passions are your soul's playground. For instance, what lights you up? What draws you in and makes you feel alive? They're not just hobbies or distractions, they're doorways into joy and fulfillment. So if you like getting out there piddling around in your yard, do that. Plant you some new flowers. Do some landscaping in your yard. If you like painting, get your canvas. You don't have to be Picasso, but you'd be surprised. You have to at least try. Listen to your own curiosity. What keeps grabbing your attention? It could be something musical. For instance, you might change what you normally listen to. Listen to some Afro beats. Listen to some little C&W, whatever floats your boat. Have you ever noticed when time disappears? What are you doing when you feel most energized or at peace and the time just gets away from you? That is something that you evidently enjoy doing and you feel strongly about, and it makes you feel peaceful. So that's something that counts. Doing what you really enjoy doing. It could be cooking. Some people love to cook and create new dishes and try new things. Some people like to sew. So just explore without pressure. You don't have to monetize or master your passions. Just engage with them. Everything's not always about the dollar bill. It's just what gives you that feel-good feeling from deep inside. Some examples of that I already said were like creative expression, writing, singing, painting. A lot of times people get away from those things. When you're younger, you say, oh, I like to write. You'll sit there and you'll make up stories. You'll make up, like I used to make up my own fairy tales from reading fairy tales as a young girl growing up, like kindergarten, first, second grade. And I would write my own and make up my own. I like to paint. I like to sing. So if you like to sing, join a choir, join a community choir. Doesn't have to be a church choir. And if you like to paint, they always have these sip and paint parties. And like I said, if you can just go to the store, you don't have to make an elaborate thing about it. Just go to the store, get you some canvas or some easel and get you some paints out. Get involved in your community. Community building, mentoring, volunteering, or just leading. Go to a senior citizen home and help out there. Those older people love that. When younger people take the time out of their day to come in and show them some care and concern. And you'd be surprised. When you're out there in your community networking and volunteering, you might be opening the door for yourself to go in a different direction that could be beneficial for not just you, but for your community. Getting on panels and boards, helping out, helping with community gardens. A lot of times at the senior citizen places, they don't have anyone. Those older people can't get out there and do that bending to plant and weed their garden, but they want to benefit from that fruit, and it's very good because it doesn't have all the pesticides in it that produce you buy in the grocery store. Go to a hospital, read to people. There was a lady used to come around to our school, and she would just bring a little guitar, just a regular little guitar, and she played with the kids. And I was talking with her, and she said she also does that she goes to nursing homes, to juvenile homes, places where you want to bring something light and easy and fun to them. Learning and teaching are also two different things. You can share your wisdom. Volunteer and see if there's a program where you can maybe mentor some kids to help with, maybe a library would be a good choice. Go there and see if you can start a mentoring program to teach children how to read. And read better, rather. Read wisely. When you combine your values with your passions, you build a life that is both meaningful and authentic. Why? Values plus passion equal lasting fulfillment. Some examples of that are a woman who values justice and loves writing might become an advocate or a storyteller for the voiceless. I'm sure there's homeless people in your area. I mean, we have it all across the states, and it's so sad. But a lot of times they don't have anyone to speak up for them or talk for them. A woman who values connection and is passionate about cooking might build community through shared meals. Now, I know you're saying, I don't need everybody's cooking, but you'd be surprised if you bake a cake, some cookies, or grandma's meatloaf recipe and take it somewhere like the unhoused and help them. Even at shelters, they always look for food donations, and it doesn't go to waste. Go down and help cook at a shelter that feeds the homeless or feeds the unhoused. A woman who values spiritual growth and loves nature might lead retreats or simply find peace on long walks. Now, this is where true beauty lies. in the energy, the love, the purpose behind what you do. And this is a quote. Beauty is not in the face. Beauty is a light in the heart. And that's a quote by Khalil Gibran. And this is an unknown author. But when a woman walks in purpose, she doesn't have to chase people or opportunities. Her light causes them to pursue her. Now, I really like that. When a woman walks in purpose, she doesn't have to chase people or opportunities. Her light causes them to pursue her. And with that, I'm going to wrap up my podcast today that was entitled Beauty Beyond Appearance, Defining a Woman's True Essence. And I leave you with love and blessings. Till next time.